The unexpected experts. Maya Chen wiped the sweat from her forehead and pushed her safety goggles up. Another 16-hour shift at Nova Prime Repair Station was almost complete. The massive orbital facility, Earth's largest space dock, floated in geosynchronous orbit above the Pacific Ocean, its sprawling docking arms currently servicing 23 vessels of human origin. As chief engineer of Nova Prime, Maya had overseen thousands of repairs in her 15-year career. She'd earned her reputation by fixing the unfixable, solving mechanical puzzles that left other engineers scratching their heads. At 42, the lines around her eyes told stories of sleepless nights spent wrestling with faulty warp coils and temperamental navigation systems. Chief called Raj, her assistant, over the comm. "You're going to want to see this." Maya sighed. 5 minutes before the end of her shift, something always happened. On my way. She made her way to the observation deck, where Raj stood transfixed by the viewport. Outside, a massive vessel was approaching, unlike any human ship she'd ever seen. Its hull gleamed with a metallic purple sheen, and strange geometric patterns pulsed along its surface with beautiful symmetry. "Thulian warship," Raj whispered. "Class 4 destroyer." Maya's eyebrows shot up. The Thulians were one of the oldest spacefaring species in the known galaxy, with technology centuries beyond humanity's. They'd rarely ventured into human space, and they absolutely never requested human assistance. "They're hailing us," said Lieutenant Park from communications. The main screen flickered to life, revealing a tall, slender alien with iridescent skin and 4 eyes arranged in a diamond pattern. The universal translator kicked in as the Thulian spoke. "This is Commander Zulax of the Imperial vessel Righteous Thunder. We have suffered critical propulsion failures and require emergency docking clearance." Maya stepped forward. "This is Chief Engineer Maya Chen of Nova Prime. Docking Bay 8 is clear for your approach. We'll assist however we can." All 4 of Commander Zulax's eyes narrowed simultaneously. "Your assistance will not be necessary. We merely require a safe harbor while our systems self-repair." Maya nodded diplomatically. "Of course. Bay 8 is at your disposal." 3 hours later, Commander Zulax requested a meeting. Maya found him in the station's diplomatic lounge, his tall frame awkwardly perched on a chair designed for humans. "Our self-repair protocols have failed," he said without preamble, his voice strained. "We require external assistance." Maya kept her expression neutral, though inwardly she was surprised. Thulian ships were famous for their self-healing technology. "I'd be happy to take a look," she offered. "May I bring my team?" Commander Zulax's skin flickered with patterns that the translator didn't interpret, likely an expression of discomfort or embarrassment. "The damage is extensive," he admitted, "but I must warn you, human technology is primitive compared to ours. You may not understand what you're seeing." Maya had heard similar warnings before from other alien species who eventually came to appreciate human ingenuity. "We'll do our best." The Righteous Thunder's engine room was a marvel of alien engineering. Crystalline structures interface with biological components that pulsed with energy. At the center, a massive dodecahedron housed what Maya assumed was the main propulsion system. The chief Thulian engineer, Nexval, reluctantly guided them through the ship's schematics on a holographic display. "The quantum fold drive has suffered a catastrophic misalignment," he explained. "The precision required to repair it exceeds the capabilities of manual intervention. Our automated systems should have corrected it, but the damage caused a cascade failure in the repair protocols." Maya studied the hologram, her mind already breaking down the problem into component parts. "May I ask when this technology was developed?" Nexval's skin rippled with what seemed like pride. "This drive configuration has been in use for over 3 centuries, with incremental improvements. It is the culmination of 2,000 years of Thulian engineering evolution." Maya nodded thoughtfully. "And how often does it require maintenance?" "It doesn't," Nexval replied. "The system is designed to be perfect." "Nothing's perfect," Maya said softly. She turned to her team. "Raj, What do you see? Raj was studying the actual drive, not the hologram. The real thing doesn't match the schematic. There's variance in the crystal alignment, about 3 microns off-center. Nextfall made a dismissive gesture. That is within acceptable parameters. But your schematics don't account for thermal expansion after long-duration use, do they? Maya asked, moving closer to the drive. I'm guessing this ship has been in continuous operation for 17 standard years, Commander Zulax supplied from the doorway. Maya nodded. Materials change over time, especially under stress. Your automated systems might be trying to force components back to factory specifications when they've actually found a new equilibrium. The Thulian engineers exchanged glances. That's not possible, Nextfall said, but there was uncertainty in his voice. Let me show you, Maya said. Over the next 36 hours, Maya and her team worked alongside increasingly intrigued Thulian engineers. They discovered that the quantum fold drive, brilliant as it was, suffered from a fundamental design philosophy flaw. It was designed to be perfect, but operated in an imperfect universe. The automated repair systems kept trying to reset components to their original specifications, fighting against the natural wear patterns that had actually improved efficiency in some areas. The drive wasn't broken. It was being strangled by its own maintenance protocols. Maya's solution was elegantly simple. They reprogrammed the repair protocols to recognize and adapt to the evolved state of the drive, rather than fighting against it. When they finally reactivated the system, it hummed to life with efficiency that surprised even the Thulians. Commander Zelax found Maya in the mess hall afterward, his towering form casting a long shadow across her table. Your approach was unexpected, he said, settling into a reinforced chair across from her. Our engineers would never have considered allowing the system to deviate from design specifications. Maya smiled. Humans have a saying, perfect is the enemy of good. We learned early in our engineering history that sometimes you have to work with the flaws, not against them. An interesting philosophy. Zilax's 4 eyes blinked in sequence. The High Command will be intrigued by your methods. They are unorthodox, but undeniably effective. As the righteous thunder prepared to depart, Nextfall approached Maya with what appeared to be a data crystal. These are the readings from your repair process, he said. I would like to study them further. With your permission, I will also share them with our engineering guild. Maya nodded. Of course, we're always happy to exchange knowledge. What Maya didn't realize as she watched the massive Thulian warship glide away from Nova Prime was that she had just changed humanity's place in the galactic community forever. The universal mechanics. 6 months after the Righteous Thunder incident, Nova Prime was barely recognizable. The station had hastily expanded, adding 12 new docking bays specifically designed to accommodate alien vessels. Where once the repair logs showed exclusively human ships, now more than 60% of their business came from non-human civilizations. Maya Chen stood in her new office, looking out at the activity in Docking Bay 14 where a Volcran trading vessel was undergoing a complete propulsion overhaul. Next to it, in Bay 15, 3 of her best technicians were recalibrating the sensory nodes of a draconian scout ship. Another request just came in, said Raj, now promoted to Deputy Chief Engineer. Mevlanian diplomatic cruiser. Their atmospheric regulators are failing, and they specifically requested our team. Maya nodded. Put them in the queue. How long is the wait list now? 3 weeks, Raj replied. We're turning away more ships than we're accepting. The comm unit on Maya's desk chimed. Chief Chen, there's a Galactic Council representative requesting to speak with you. Maya raised an eyebrow. The Galactic Council rarely concerned itself with human affairs. Put them through. The holographic display flickered to life, revealing a Juriani, a species known for their diplomatic neutrality. Its translucent skin rippled with bioluminescent patterns as it spoke. Chief Engineer Chen, I am Representative Vexel. The Council has noticed an unusual migration pattern of vessels seeking repairs at your facility. This has caused concern among certain member species. Maya kept her expression neutral. Concern. We're just fixing ships. Indeed, Vexel's skin pulsed yellow. However, several established repair guilds have registered formal complaints. They allege that humans are disrupting the established order of technological service hierarchies. Maya almost laughed. We're not disrupting anything. Ships come to us because we fix what others can't. That is precisely what troubles them, Vexel replied. Species with millennia of engineering tradition are losing business to humans who have been spacefaring for less than 2 centuries. The Thulian Engineering Guild, the Volcrin Mechanics Consortium, and the Draconian Technical Authority have all filed protests. Maya crossed her arms. Are we being accused of something? Not officially, Vexel said. But the Council has authorized an investigation into your methods. I will be overseeing it personally. The investigation began the next day. Representative Vexel observed repair operations, interviewed staff, and reviewed records of past repairs. Maya cooperated fully, seeing an opportunity to showcase human ingenuity rather than a threat. On the 3rd day of the investigation, alarms blared across the station. Emergency in Bay 9, shouted the automated system. Coolant leak detected. Maya and Vexel rushed to the scene. A Coraxian freighter's cooling system had catastrophically failed, leaking toxic fluid throughout the bay. Emergency force fields contained the worst of it, but the ship itself was in danger of a complete meltdown. Evacuate the bay, Maya ordered, already pulling on a hazard suit. Raj, get a containment team ready. The Coraxian coolant is highly corrosive to your biology, Vexel warned. Your hazard suits won't provide adequate protection. Maya activated her helmet. We don't have a choice. If that ship goes, it takes half the station with it. What followed was a masterclass in human emergency response. Maya led a team of 5 engineers into the contaminated bay. Unable to use standard tools due to the corrosive environment, they improvised with materials on hand, creating a bypass system for the damaged coolant pipes using components salvaged from the bay itself. When they emerged 2 hours later, exhausted but successful, Representative Vexel was waiting. That was remarkable, the Juriani admitted. You risked your lives. Part of the job, Maya said, removing her damaged hazard helmet. Later that evening, after reviewing the bay's security footage, Vexel appeared at Maya's office. The coolant system was sabotage, the representative said without preamble. We found microscopic evidence of tampering. Maya's eyes narrowed. By whom? The investigation is ongoing, but we have identified genetic markers from a Volcrin technician who visited the station 3 days ago. The Volcrin Mechanics Consortium, one of the groups that had filed complaints against human repair stations. Over the next week, similar incidents occurred at human repair facilities throughout the solar system. None as serious as the one at Nova Prime, but the pattern was unmistakable. Someone was trying to discredit human repair capabilities. The Galactic Council called an emergency session, with Maya Chen invited to testify. It was her first visit to the Council headquarters, a massive space station at the junction of 3 major hyperspace lanes. The Council chamber was intimidating. Representatives from 200 spacefaring species arranged in tiered seating around a central speaking platform. Maya felt very small as she took her place. Engineer Chen began, the sinful chairperson, a being of living crystal. Evidence suggests a coordinated effort to undermine human repair operations. However, before addressing these crimes, this council must understand why so many vessels bypass their own species' repair facilities in favor of human stations. Maya took a deep breath. I believe it comes down to 3 things: adaptability, creativity, and an intimate understanding of imperfection. She activated the holographic display she'd brought, showing various repairs performed at Nova Prime. Most advanced species design systems to be perfect, with automated repairs that restore factory settings. That works well, until it doesn't. But humans, we've never achieved perfection. Our entire engineering history is about working around flaws, improvising solutions, and embracing the mess. She showed the Thulian quantum drive repair, highlighting how they'd worked with the system's evolved state rather than against it. We don't see machines as abstract ideals. We see them as living things that change over time, develop quirks, find new equilibriums. When automated systems fail, that's where humans excel. The Giuliani representative, Vexel, stepped forward. Our investigation confirms Engineer Chen's assessment. Human repair methodologies represent a fundamentally different approach to mechanical problems, one that complements rather than threatens existing techniques. A Volcran representative rose in protest. They are undermining traditions of engineering that predate their species' discovery of fire. No, countered a familiar voice. Commander Zulax of the Righteous Thunder stepped into view. They are revealing blind spots in our thinking. My ship has operated at 118% of standard efficiency since the human repairs 6 months ago. They showed us a perspective we had lost in our pursuit of perfection. The debate raged for hours, but eventually, a consensus emerged. The sabotage attempts were formally condemned, with the implicated Volcran officials stripped of their positions. More importantly, a new galactic engineering exchange program was established, with Nova Prime designated as its first headquarters. 1 year later, Maya Chen watched from her expanded office as a Thulian engineering vessel docked alongside a draconian technical cruiser. Both had come not for repairs, but for the first official exchange program, sending their engineers to learn human methods while human engineers would study their technologies. Raj entered with a datapad. The new apprenticeship program is oversubscribed. We have 4,000 alien applicants for 200 positions. Maya smiled. And how many humans applied for the outbound postings? All of them, Raj grinned. Every eligible engineer in the system. Maya wasn't surprised. Humans had always been explorers at heart, eager to learn and adapt. But now they had something valuable to teach in return. You know, she said, watching the diverse crews disembarking at her station, I think we found our place in the galaxy. As mechanics, Raj asked. Maya shook her head. As problem solvers, the species that embraces imperfection and keeps the universe running anyway. A new alert chimed on her console. Another ship requesting emergency repairs. Maya checked the details and smiled. It was a Volcran vessel, one of the very guilds that had opposed human repair operations. Bay 3 is clear, she said into the comm. Welcome to Nova Prime.